Right, we are recording. All right, everybody. Harry Portell here. We are here for our September AgriStress meeting. And I know we just got the promo sent out yesterday. We had some difficulty finding a second speaker. And you guys, not kidding, Monday, within 2 hours of each other, I received an email from both of our speakers that they had to cancel for legitimate but terrible, terrible reasons. So Miss Krystal Butler is here. She said yes with less than 24 hours notice. So she not only saved my rear end, she saved our September meeting, because otherwise I don't know what we would have done. So as you can see on the screen, I shared the promo. Krystal is a part of AgWomenConnect, and I originally was introduced to AgWomenConnect through AgriSafe as they started promoting the AgriStress helpline down in our Texas chapter. And when I got to looking around this group, I was like, wait a second, I want to be a part of this group because they are doing phenomenal things down there, supporting everyone in agriculture, but an emphasis on women in ag. And then they're great. They're doing great work with helping promote mental health in ag. So I am going to stop sharing and we will let Ms. Krystal go ahead and share her presentation, and we'll let her get started. I can't wait for you guys to learn a little bit about their organization.
Hey guys, first and foremost, Carrie, thank you for even considering us to be a part of this. We are honored and humbled, and so I just first and foremost wanted to say thank you. So a little bit about me. I am the communications director for AgWomenconnect. I am also the chapter leader for our Florida chapter. And we'll get into a little bit of right now, who is AgWomenconnect. We were founded in 2021 with the desire to bring women in the ag community together to connect, grow, and support one another. We like to engage our members across all aspects of agriculture. You don't have to just be a farmer or a rancher. You can be a banker, an insurance agent, a property appraiser, producer, work at the butcher shop. You can even have a tack and feed store, just any part of agriculture, or even just be an advocate for agriculture, and you can be a member. The whole purpose is to advocate for women who is just experiencing life within agriculture, and the ups, downs, the successes, the losses, the growths, everything. We want to promote strength within our community, give back to our community of women in agriculture, providing support, resources, and just be a central place, not just a networking organization, but more of a relationship connection building organization. Our CEO, Vanessa Wood, she would have loved to have been on this call, but she also had an event to attend to, but she's been in agriculture for about 30 years, a little over 30 years, even though she doesn't look it. She started AgWomenconnect because she was speaking with other women who said that they needed a space. They needed something where their voices could be recognized and where they could come together, because generally ag is seen as a man's space. But there are so many strong and empowering women within agriculture that needed a platform, needed a space to be heard, to be recognized, and therefore she came up with AgWomenconnect. We are national, so it started in Texas, and now we're Florida, Indiana, Kansas, New Mexico, Arizona, Tennessee, Minnesota, California, I believe, and we're just continuously growing. We're going to have another chapter starting up hopefully in Georgia, and we're just continuing to expand across the United States. So as far as mental health and wellness, that's actually one of our pillars at AgWomenconnect. We believe that it's important to support all members including not just female, but their husbands, their fathers, their children, in understanding the importance of mental health and mental wellness, especially in agriculture, because not everybody understands, that we fight different battles than the average Joe Schmo. So how do we do it? We do it by creating a network, we share resources, we provide a platform, and we support our community. Why build a network? People, families, and farmers, ranchers living the ag life, you tend to be socially isolated, not by any choice of your own, but because you're in rural communities, your hours are very long. You start very early in the day, especially during harvest season. You're working all day, almost 24 hours sometimes. But building a network provides you that social connection, that social community, someone to talk to, because that's very important. We, as an organization, we host monthly meetups with our members. We do a weekly podcast where our members can speak with each other and have open and honest conversations. And we have, nationwide events that we provide for our community. That way, everyone can network, communicate, interact, and know that they're not alone. Also, building a network helps you develop your personal identity. And what I mean by that is you get to know more of who you are by the people that you surround yourself with, what matters most to you, what you can learn from, what you are experiencing, and how you're interpreting it and how you're responding to it based on how other people do. And you just start to learn more about yourself, what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept in your relationships. So network building and relationship building is very important. And then also it creates a support system. There are many, many times where some of our members are just having a hard time, or they're experiencing something difficult, and you create that system of people around you that aren't directly connected to what you're doing. That can be your sounding board, your shoulder to cry on, your vent, because I know sometimes we just need someone to listen to us, not give us advice, but just someone to sit there and listen. So building a network provides that for our members. And why share resources? Because you're not in it alone. And whether we in ag think that we are, that our operation is our own operation and nobody else will understand it, it's not true. While the farmer or rancher in Texas might not know specifically what's going on in Wyoming, but they can have a conversation about, okay, how did you handle this situation? What did you get out of it? And they create that camaraderie and realize they're not in it alone. It might be a different kind of experience, but essentially the end goal is the same. Healthy animals, you want healthy crops, you want to be able to produce at the end of the year, but maybe somebody else's perspective can help you see how to shift things within your own operations, your own organization. And it takes that weight, that stress off of you to okay, I'm not doing this by myself. Also, answers are available. Like I said, the whole not in it alone, other people can provide you answers. Sometimes you could be facing something with a sick cow, or just some type of reason why your corn crops aren't growing, and you're stressed out about it. You don't know what to do. You've talked to everyone in your area that has no idea because they're facing the same problem. But you might talk to someone in Kansas or Indiana, and they might have some experiences because they've gone through something similar, and they can give you information and answers that you can apply to your operations. And then you're like, oh, wow, this works. So it's now a new resource, a new answer. And again, that stress and that fear and that anxiety is lifted because you confided in somebody else. You were able to find answers that weren't typically conventional for where you're at, but that community and those resources provided you that relief and that just moment. Because I know sometimes we all need that. And it leads into learning from others. We all have experiences and things that we're going through. And if we speak to others and we create that community and we create that stability behind us, that we're, we're just growing together. We're learning from others based on what they've experienced and how we can apply it to what we're doing. Again, it's getting out of the comfort zone and realizing, again, you're not by yourself. It's the community, it's a camaraderie. It's all good for your mental health. It takes that weight off of you because you're doing things together, you're living life together. We were not meant to live life alone. We were meant to do it in community. So that's just an amazing thing to do with the resources that we have available. Why do we provide a platform? Simple. It allows you to share your story. Why is that important? Just like Instagram, like we were talking about earlier, Carrie, before we started recording, a platform provides you a way to voice your concerns, voice your experiences, voice your hardships. And that's actually healthy for you because you're not holding it all in. You're presenting what you're going through, and it's a safe space for you. And other people are going to resonate with what you have to say. And it leads back into the you're not alone. You're building that community of people to understand and opening the eyes of others to see the hardships that you're facing and see that, oh, wow, we can support you. How can we help? What can we do for you? So you're sharing your story. You're being honest and upfront. So yeah, I think that's why a platform is really important. And it's also good to hear the stories of other people, other experiences, and realize, oh, I don't have it as bad as I think I do. It gives you that perspective shift. And it becomes very humbling to see that and to hear what others are facing. And then you can be like, oh, I can help you. And then that fills your cup in the sense of that you're giving back, because we all live to serve. We were made to serve. We were made to give to others, part of the whole community experience. And when you're hearing other people's situations, now you can give back and you feel fulfilled. And then it's a form of expression and support. It's you giving your identity and connecting with others that, again, feel the same way that you do, have the same ideas and the same, beliefs that you do. And it builds those relationships because you have friendships now, you have a community, you have resources. We always say, get involved in your community, get involved with the people around you, whether it's a virtual group, kind of like what we do, or if it's a local cattlewomen's or cattlemen's association, things of that sort. Those are your platforms. Those are your groups to get involved with and create those communities, create that support, and with like-minded individuals. And it just helps you just be a better person for yourself, for your community, for your family. Which again leads why community support. You're better together. That's one thing we say at Ag Women Connect a lot. We're better together because we uplift each other, we support each other. We unfortunately had a very hard and trying time recently with one of our members, and the way that our community just rose up to support her was amazing at a time where her whole world was crushed. The amount of love and support that was poured into her, she was able to go through such a difficult time in her life knowing that she wasn't alone, and that she wasn't facing it alone. She had a community behind her from all across the country. It wasn't just right there in Texas and New Mexico. So building the community support, that's why it's important. Fulfillment, kind of like what I said earlier, when you're giving back and you're supporting others, you fill your cup and you feel like, wow, I can do this. It's not so hard. The world isn't falling down on my shoulders. Things aren't collapsing on me. I can do this. I'm not in it alone, and I'm giving back. And it's kind of like the more you give, the more you get. And just it's support. It's just our hearts get filled by providing and serving others. So that's, big for just your endorphins and feeling better and feeling happy and excited about things. Is just your way of giving back. And then on Mental Health Awareness Month, we actually spoke with some of our members and we asked, what are some of your tips for mental wellness and self-care in ag? And The biggest one was obviously take deep breaths. Gratitude and reflection. Sometimes we just need to sit back and realize the things that we have in place and the things that we've been blessed with, and just be grateful for them. It realizes, okay, things aren't that bad. Talking with someone, I know a lot of us women tend to do this more than men, I believe, that we just always try to talk with someone and voice what's on our minds and on our hearts. Writing it out, that's something I like to do. I journal, I brainstorm or do brain dumps where I just get everything that's in my head and I just put it on a sheet of paper. That way it's out there. It's not stuck in my subconscious and weighing me down. And then I can come back to it later and be like, okay, I can tackle this now. I can organize it. Movement, exercise, walking, even if it's just walking the dog for an extra 20 minutes a day, or just taking the kids for a ride on the horse, or walking your fields, just instead of going on the 4x4 or the tractor, just take a walk, go ahead and do things like that. Break things down so it doesn't feel so daunting and overwhelming. If you have a big, long to-do list, break it down into segments, prioritizing what's top priority, what's middle, what's last, and it can help relieve that stress of that overwhelming feeling. The main thing, ask for help. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. We always forget to ask for help. We think we can do everything on our own, but we really can't. Sleep. I know that's a hard one sometimes, especially during calving season and harvest, but you need to get some sleep. Try to fit in a nap throughout the day if you can, start your day a little bit earlier so that way you can go to bed earlier, things of that sort. Crying it out, that's a big one. We tend to hold our emotions until we can explode. But don't let yourself do that. If you feel like you need to scream, like you need to cry, just do it. Go to the bathroom, cry it out, take a deep breath, and then walk out again. Because crying actually releases stress. It releases chemicals and triggers your brain to just kind of express everything, and then just breathe, and then it kind of resets you. So people think, oh, it's not good to cry. No, it's actually really good to cry. And pray. Whether you are a faithful person or not, you can pray, meditate, just ask. And sometimes during your prayers or your meditations, ideas and thoughts, and you can calm yourself down as well. So yeah, that's kind of like where we're at, who we are, and how we promote mental wellness and mental health within our organization, how it can translate across anybody, male or female. Any questions, comments?
Krystal, I feel like I have so many things that I can say in there, but as far as the first thing I thought of when I was talking about, or you were talking about support, is that I have personally reached out twice to AgWomenConnect saying, hey, one of them this meeting, but prior, I had emailed Vanessa and said, hey, I need some stories. I need some tragedy to triumph stories. And you girls were like, we're on it. I mean, it is all for one and one for all. When somebody needs help, you guys are no questions asked. We're there. We're willing. We'll get you taken care of, sis. That's what it feels like.
We are. It's interesting because the way that we do things, or it's not like your traditional networking organization. That's kind of like how we started, but it's more of, okay, what do you need? How can we serve you? We even started a nonprofit, the AgWomenconnect Foundation, so that way we can give back. We want to be able to help impact those farmers and ranchers that have experienced some, hardships, whether it's by acts of God, financial, illness, things of that sort. We want to give back. We want to serve our community. We even offer scholarships to those young adults, teenagers that are doing great things within the agriculture community, so that way they can further their future and the future of agriculture. It's important to support what we're doing, what our community is, because we give so much back to other people, but we forget to give to ourselves. And so whatever our members need, we're there for them. Like I had mentioned earlier about one of our members, unfortunately, had a loss in the family, and it was a very tragic loss, something no family should ever have to experience. And the way we just rallied around her and just showed her the love and the support. We also have the ability to showcase the stories of those families and farmers and ranchers that have been experienced by wildfires. So people could see that we're experiencing hard things too. It's not just what you see on the news, it's what the news doesn't share with you. We're giving you that platform, we're giving you that ability to speak your mind, share your story, so other people could see that there are hardships in rural America. There are hardships in agriculture. It's not the perfect picture of the farmer with the red barn and the gorgeous pasture full of cows. There's other things that go into it. There's other hardships that we face. My story, a lot of people don't realize, I didn't grow up in ag. I'm from South Florida, Miami, big city, and I got into agriculture because I was having medical issues and I wanted to dive in deeper into the foods I was eating. And I started learning about the way that our food was being produced, the way things were being grown, and I became an advocate for agriculture. I was like, oh, I didn't know any of this that was going on, but I had to deep dive into it because I wasn't exposed to it. I didn't have the luxury of FFA or 4-H where I grew up because we were in the city. So I became an advocate for agriculture. And then I got connected with Agwomenconnect and even developed my business to only serve people in the agriculture community because they give so much to us that I want to give back. And with that, I've learned about cattle farming, cattle ranching, corn farming, just insurance, real estate, things that I wasn't exposed to, but now as an advocate, I am. And our mission as Agwomenconnect is to expose agriculture for everybody to see what it is, for everybody to understand, and for everybody to start to become an advocate and to see the hardships and the successes of agriculture.
Another thing that I want to give you kudos for is just how willing you are to share the resources that you have to the people that you support. So, I mean, you could have a resource within your own organization of Agwomenconnect, but you don't just stop with that. Like, you're able to share resources from some of the organizations that are listening today. You're saying, hey, I know an organization that can help you with this, like a disability, or you have a father who's a veteran, that's struggling with mental health. You're immediately grabbing those resources and saying, hey, this organization can help you. So I don't know how you share those resources, if it's like public in a newsletter, or if you like save them in a little vault and when something comes up. So how would our organizations that are listening today be able to say, hey, I have this phenomenal resource, and it may just be like a PDF, or something like the tips that you gave us. Are they able to send that information to you and then say, hey, when you have a chance, you can either promote it, put it in your vault, do whatever you can, but we need to get this out here?
We definitely do. We have a newsletter that goes out once a week. And as we get information on things that are pertinent to our community, we definitely will include it in our newsletter. We do have our ag resources page on our website that we post things there that are important for our members to see. And then also through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we are very active on social media, and we share things that are relevant to the ag community there as well. And we try to support other businesses and organizations that are supporting our community in whichever way, because we need to provide those resources. We need to provide other outlets of information that we might not have, but it's like, wait, I don't know the answer for that, but I'll get you somebody that does. We want to be the I got a guy kind of person for you. Yeah. We want to be that outlet so that our members have more than just one place. Kind of, Vanessa kind of says it, that we want to be the Google for agriculture. We want to be that place where you come and be like, I know where I can find the information because I can trust them. I know them. They're going to be reliable. They have my best interest at heart. Because a lot of times you can go do a Google search, but it's not vetted by somebody. It's not someone that has had that connection that says, I've had the experience. I got you. Here's the information. Kind of like how the Angie's List does for contractors. We want to be the resource for agriculture.
Yeah, that's something that I'm really proud of with this group is why we try to share, promote, and encourage collaborations within our AgriStress group here is because you guys have projects that are tried, true, and trusted. And we only want to pass on and refer those type of organizations because just like you said, you can Google anything. It doesn't mean that it's true or that they're sustainable, and follow up on what they say that they're going to do. So like we've got ourselves a little click here that is, it's real information that we want to share. Now, there's been a couple comments in the chat. I did notice, like when I first started looking at AgWomenConnect, you are founded in Texas, and that's where it started, but you have allowed state chapters to evolve. And it's like I've been watching and their fingers going out there and they're just reaching farther and farther and farther. And hopefully at some point going to be like all of the states. So one, they want to know if there's not a chapter in their state, how can they start a chapter?
Oh, very easy. Send me an email, infoagwomenconnect@gmail.com. I can get you all of our chapter information, our membership information, so you guys can get started. It's fun. We have an amazing group of women. We have mentors that can help you launch your chapter and grow your chapter. And we try with all our chapters, what we try to do is everybody have like a monthly meetup within each chapter, whether it's virtually, especially those statewide chapters like Florida. We do most of our meetups virtually because we are a very big state, long-wise, not as big as Texas, but we're big. And, we just try to create the community that way. But in the state of Texas, we have multiple chapters based on counties. So you don't have to just do a state chapter. If you have a big community in your county and you want to do a chapter for your county, you can do that as well. It doesn't have to be a state chapter if there's no state chapter. But yeah, just send me an email and I can get you all the information and get you going that way. We promote like I said, our monthly meetups with our state chapters, and then through membership and the growth of your chapter. So people that are aware, each chapter has the ability to give back to their community. So the membership dues for our members per chapter go back to the chapter, and they take that money and they can give back to the community. So they can sponsor an FFA student, or a family in need that might need something. They're able to give back to that. They're able to host events at farmers markets or something to be a part of the community, to support the community. So that's one thing that we do with all of our chapters. We encourage them, get involved in your community, give back, show them the love and the support that they need. So those are just some things that we do. We get together, we have fun, we have drinks, we go out to dinner, appetizers, that kind of stuff. But the goal of it is to build that community, those friendships, and to give back to our local communities.
Did you say that there was a chapter in California?
I don't know if there is one. I know there's been interest in one. So okay. I haven't gotten the final paperwork yet, but whoever gets it started. And like I said, you don't have to be a state chapter. You could be a county chapter or a city chapter. So if you want, my geography is horrible, so I'm sorry. So if you're up in Northern California and you want to do something, be a Northern California chapter, by all means, we could do Northern California chapter. It doesn't just have to be a state chapter. Like I said, Texas has multiple. We have the national, and we have Fort Worth, Lubbock, Plainview, gosh, I forgot what other ones, but we have quite a few in Texas because it is such a big state. So don't feel that if you're interested in starting and joining us, that it has to be a statewide. You can keep it small and do local.
Okay, so there's two connections within the chat. Ladies, I'm going to let you email Krystal about that, so that you guys can get connected. One in Oklahoma and one in California is quite
Awesome.
interested. And then Jennifer Dunn says that we have the AgriLead Her conference coming up in November. And I know AgriSafe has participated in that before, but she says it's virtual and she would love to connect with you guys about that if you're not already connected. So Jennifer, maybe since we posted Krystal's email in the chat, maybe you can go ahead and talk to her about that too. So I was telling Krystal earlier, like, I don't need to do drugs or gamble or anything to get my high. Like, this is where I get my high. Like, being able to connect you guys for further collaboration, like, that is where it is about for me. I absolutely love it. Oh, sorry, Krystal, I messed that up. Okay.
It's okay. Everybody does. It's fine. We haven't done our individual
completely
domain.
Disregard my email address in there. So she has it correct in there. Okay. You guys go ahead. Feel free to unmute or post in the chat if you want to go ahead and ask Krystal some more questions. Obviously, our meeting's going to be a little bit shorter today since we have just one speaker, but I just open it up if you would like to have any questions for her.
Yeah, y'all have me for as long as you want me. So
the newsletter that you talked about, do we just email you to get added to that, or is that something for a chapter that you then get put into?
No, you can just send me an email saying I'd like to be added to the newsletter, or you can go to our website, AgWomenConnect.com, and either all the way at the bottom of the screen or a little pop-up will come up saying peck here, and you can enter your information there and it'll automatically put you on our newsletter.
Great. And you said that is AgWomenConnect.com, right?
Correct. Yes. And you can follow us on all social media platforms. We're Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we post a lot of information there. We're constantly saying, don't forget to join our newsletter. So put that in there as well. We try to be as fun as we possibly can, not be boring. But we have a great network of women all across, like I said, all across the country. One of our members is in Indiana. She's an ag coach. She's amazing. We have in Kansas, I believe she's a mental wellness coach. We have bison ranchers, Catano brothers, Caitlin Caney out in California. Just amazing resources of strong women that are doing amazing and great things. We also have our podcast that we record once a week, and that gives our members a way of, again, speaking what's on their mind, sharing their businesses, sharing what events they have going on. And the cool thing about that is that the podcast is rebroadcast on Rural Radio 147 every Saturday at 10 a.m. So not only do you have the ability to just be on the podcast and have a great conversation, your mission, your business, your events are being broadcast to a national audience that otherwise you wouldn't have access to. So that's, one of the perks of being a member with us. You get the ability to promote your business on a grander scale and promote your events, what you're doing within your community, so other people are aware of it. And it's, some of our members have said that their business has increased from it. And they've gotten a lot of information, and, we've gotten some people that have emailed us saying, wow, you opened my eyes. I wasn't aware of what was going on. Especially now with a lot of the hardships that are being faced in terms of, what the EPA is doing, or Waters of the America, the food systems, and so forth. We have two of our members, Sarah Fallon and Stephanie Nash. They're actually, excuse me, they're two of our ambassadors, because we have a few ambassadors, and they're very prominent in the advocacy side of things. And they are large proponents for mental health and mental wellness within ag, because they're lifelong farmers and ranchers, to support the community and be that voice. So these are the people that you're surrounding yourself with in the community. It's not just networking, it's big voices, big platforms. So you get exposure, you get connection, you get camaraderie, and you get so much from being with us. And I wouldn't be where I'm at, honestly, without the community that we've built there.
Now, Krystal, all of our organizations on here know that you can't run or be able to sponsor those scholarships without funding. So I want to give you a minute to go ahead and talk about your very first fundraising event coming up in October, your gala. So go ahead and let them know about that.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, we are so excited. We are having our first annual gala on October 6th in Slayton, Texas. We're having it at the Tin Top Gin. So it was a gin that was restored, and it's gorgeous. So we're so excited. We're gonna have a pink carpet and everything. But aside from the fact that it's going to be to have fun and celebrate, it's also to raise funds to support AgWomenConnect and to support the excuse me, the mission of the AgWomenConnect Foundation. We will be having live auction by Joni Nash. She's going to be our auctioneer. So if any of y'all know the auction world, she's one of the big ones there, and we love her. And we will have silent auctions as well. I know we have a few hunts that are going to be auctioned off. I think they're working on some equipment, a trip to South Padre Island, things of that sort, to bring in the money, so that way we can take the funds from that event and pour it back into AgWomenConnect and to our nonprofit, so we can continue to serve the community. We want to be able to give those scholarships out and support all those youngsters and those families in need, because we're better together. Again, we're a community. So that's our first fundraiser. We still have some tickets available, so if any of y'all are in Texas and you want to come, tickets are on our website, agwomenconnect.com, and there's sponsorship opportunities if even you can't make it but you want to still show some support. We would love it and appreciate it. We have different levels of sponsorship, and yeah, it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a film crew out there that's going to be recording everything. I'm going to be live broadcasting from our social media. I'm going to kind of take over our social media account as I travel from Florida to Texas, and as we're setting things up, and just kind of give you behind the scenes look to everything and where your support would be going. Because it's important. You don't want to just give your money and not know where it's going and what it's doing. You want to be a part of it. You want to be engaged with it. So that's kind of what we're doing with it.
Yeah, I'm disappointed I'm not able to make it this year. I already have a prior engagement, but if you're going to do it the same time next year, I'm just going to put it on my calendar now.
We're probably going to do it around the same time next year. And we're also going to be hosting other events where we have a bunch of things coming down the line of retreats we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing business conventions, leadership conventions. We're going to have leadership workshops, things to continue to give back to our community. Our members are constantly saying, I need this, I want this, how can we do this? And we're like, okay, just give us the idea. What do you need? And we will find a way to do it. Vanessa's the idea person. I'm the put it together, make it happen person. So if y'all have anything that you think that you need within your communities and that you want to be seen, and a way that we can give back to help, definitely send me an email saying, we would love to see this. How can we get this out there? Here locally, at the Florida chapter, we're working with our local mosquito control to kind of give awareness about, taking care of your cattle, your crops, and the mosquitoes, because we are known for mosquitoes, especially here, and educating the community. And then working with our cattle women's associations and so forth, and, creating those partnerships within the community. So if there's anything that we can do that y'all need and that y'all want to see, definitely let us know. We're here for you. We want to give back. And it's not only women. We do have we do have some men that are interested in being and joining with us. And so it's AgWomenConnect, but we love our men too. So don't think we're singling you out. If you want to support us and join in some way, shape, or form, you are more than welcome to. We have on our membership page, there's the, I believe it's the advocate membership, and that's kind of like gender neutral.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to unmute and ask Krystal any questions before we end today? And Krystal, we will be sending out the link to this YouTube meeting. We'll have it on YouTube. We'll also go ahead and send out the website and your email address for anybody who missed it, or maybe later comes up and says, "Oh man, I have a question that I want to ask her now." So we'll be able to send that out in that email.
Yeah, definitely. That email is literally attached at the hip to me. So I try to get back to everyone within no less than 24 hours. You can find us, like I said, on social media. You can find me on social media, Krystal Butler, and, just connect. And like, I would love to get to know you all a bit better, what you're all about, what you're doing, how can I promote you, how can I support you, and how we at Ag Women Connect can collaborate with you, because we're a big community, and we're small in one sense, but we're mighty and we're strong together. So whatever we can do, let me know, and how we can work together. And definitely, I want to see us all grow together, not just Ag Women Connect. I just want to see our whole, what we're all doing here. You're here for a reason. We all connected for a reason. I think that God winks happen, and let's make magic happen.
Now, I want to make a side note. I just thought about this. That podcast is actually a Zoom that you guys hold every Thursday at noon Central Standard Time. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you can go ahead and sign up for that. But I don't remember how I even signed up to get the Zoom link to be a part of that. How did they do that?
If you want, generally we'll put it on the newsletter. We'll link back to it, but just send me an email or just follow us on social media, because we'll provide it in our social media posts. We do include the link there for every time we announce. So every Monday we'll announce who that week's guest will be and a little bit of a bio on them, and we'll include the link, or we'll put DM us for the link. Sometimes we try not to, because we have had experiences in the past where we've had unfortunate people coming back and saying things that they shouldn't have said on a live recording. So we try to be very careful releasing the link information publicly. Or you can join our Facebook group, which is Ag Women Connect also, and there we will put it. But and if you don't find it, it's literally, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, I can't find the link." Don't worry about it. I'll text it to you, or I'll send it to you in a DM, or I'll send it to you in an email, whatever. We're very, very accessible. We are not one of those organizations where you're not going to reach somebody. Vanessa and I have social media, and our email is literally right here. It's if you need something, we will respond to you within 24 hours at the maximum. I swear to it, because I don't like having notifications on my phone, so I will get to you.
Yeah, and that was me 2 minutes before a meeting. I thought I had the link. I don't have it. And right there on Facebook Messenger, you're like, "Here it is." And then I joined. Just know that they do have Q&A. So if you ask a question or something like that, you could be a part of the podcast. So
yeah,
just know that ahead of time.
Yeah, because it is recorded. The video is not recorded. The video is recorded, but it's not broadcast, because we use the audio from the video to put it on iTunes and on rural radio. So, but it's really, honestly, it's really relaxing. It's very a friendly atmosphere and a friendly environment. And we want people to be engaged in the conversation. We have women from all across the different realms of agriculture. We've interviewed Sammy Joe with Women's Rodeo World.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of y'all know who she is. We've had, oh my God, Caitlin from Catano Brothers. We've had Callie Thorne, who's a John Maxwell coach. We've had so many different women with amazing stories. We even had Jenna Paulette on our show way back when, before she sang at the Opry. But so we have a diversity of people and stories to share, and we encourage people to participate and learn from each other and share their own stories. So if you want to be a part of that podcast, please let me know, and I will get you the information that you need in order to be.
Awesome. Krystal, everybody loved you in the chat. They're saying, "Great job, great guest."
Thank you.
I can't
My
thank
pleasure.
you enough.
Oh,
saying yes.
anytime you need me, I'm here. And you know, like I said, just send me an email. And if you had questions, but you didn't feel like saying them on camera, I totally get that. I get stage fright myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just follow us on social media. Send us an email, infoagwomenconnect. Our website is agwomenconnect.com. I'm Krystal Butler. You can find me on social media. Instagram is the Chris B, KRYSB. And you know, let's connect. Let's get together. Let's make some magic.
Wonderful. All right, guys, thank you so much for attending. And as always, we're always looking for future guests. So if you have something that you want to share, just go ahead and email me at cportel@agrisafe.org. And we'll share your project or organization, however it encompasses mental health and ag. So thank you again for a wonderful meeting, and we will see you guys all in October.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to stop.